Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second hour of Copenhagen Dreaming for this week. And, well, yeah, you were, we finished with a bit of a revelation from Red Alice, basically where she claimed that the reason for killing Julian had something to do with Julian's grandfather, and yeah, there you go. What you do?
Well, does he have any reaction?
He, his lips curl back into a snarl of rage, and he looks at her and goes, "She are not reborn. The entire idea of inherited sin amongst my kind is ludicrous. You are blaming him for what his grandfather did." And Alice actually chuckles, because we don't blame him for anything. We blame his grandfather, and we want you to feel the same kind of pain that was brought upon all the rest of us. You're a war criminal. And yet you have your court and your sycophants. You're a criminal. If I have to stand trial in front of this sham of a court in order to bring attention to that, then so be it. The Duke just straightens his back and looks at all of you and goes, "Well, I assume you have questions for this creature. I wouldn't place much faith in her honesty, but ask away. I have better things to do with my time than listen to her lies."
Thank you, Your Grace.
Thank you.
He nods again to people in the group, and then he walks away.
All right. What you said, Alice, about standing trial to bring attention to that, was that the real reason behind why you surrendered to us?
I couldn't beat you. I'm pretty sure I would have died outright if I had tried. There weren't enough of us to begin with. I thought that you might be easier, but it turns out you've learned a lot over the last few years, haven't you? Such a pity. You would have been a tasty morsel, too.
You showed... Yes, Jonas?
No, you go on.
Down there when you were fighting, you showed powers related to those of the lady herself. What is your relationship with her?
I don't have one. It's pure coincidence. I don't work for the dragon, I work for Baron Steel.
And what is the extent of the relationship between Baron Steel and the lady?
How do I know?
Worth asking.
And what about Thomas? Why him?
Thomas wouldn't listen to reason. Thomas wouldn't listen to evidence. Thomas is so summer that it reeks. You could present him with as much hard evidence as can be conjured up in the entire world, and he wouldn't budge an inch because he's too stubborn.
Yeah, I've heard trolls can be like that.
But what did Cecil do to deserve that beating?
Oh, she was in the way.
How
That's
so?
the simple truth of it. Some people had to be sacrificed for this whole thing to be set in motion. We decided that since Julian and, well, the rest of his friends were such easy pickings, we might as well go for them. I don't have a particular problem with Cecil personally, but somebody had to take the fall. Why not her?
Were you behind our sudden appearance in the dream?
Me?
No, you and your faction.
She actually looks confused at what you mean. You know, like genuinely confused. Like she doesn't have any idea what you're talking about.
Ah, okay.
Apparently she wasn't let in on that thing.
Is it worth even telling her, really?
No.
No. Let's see.
What is your personal stakes in all this? You seem quite agitated.
I want to get even. I want to get rid of every last one of you sorry. I want to get rid of every single she in Copenhagen. I want to get rid of every single she in Denmark. I want all of you out. I want you dead or I want you to leave. What you did, your kind, can never be forgiven. Baron Steele is right. That's my stake in this.
I see. Jonas does look thoughtful. How long have the lady and Baron Steele been working together?
I don't know much about it. He doesn't tell me. But I know they've been meeting regularly since she reappeared here a few years ago. I don't personally see a problem with it. If he can get help from someone as powerful as her to put right to all this, then I'm good with it. She's lost in all of this too. You think that only a few unimportant commoners died during that war? She lost all her eggs. All of them.
I am sorry to hear that. And I assume a certain someone is to blame then?
Everything comes back to this rotten place in the end. All of it. And she looks up at Elizabeth, who's still standing there looking at... And she can't be disrespectful to her because she's just been cowed as effectively as she has. But she just looks up at her and goes, Even you. She says, the one that we should all like. And I can't even look at you and not feel revulsion.
Consumed you.
Something about consumed you? We didn't hear anything else.
No, that's basically all she says. Is it says it's consumed you. It's need for vengeance. This need for blood. Face of everything else. Forget forgiveness. I don't believe in that. Forget any of that. But just the need to hurt everyone else who hurt you. It's consumed you completely. It'll destroy us. All of it.
No, it'll make us strong in the end. It'll make us free. We don't have to bow and scrape to creatures that are no better than us, except that they were born with pointy ears. and is the only right they have, or the only claim they have to any kind of allegiance, is that they were born to it. Well, I'm not a monarchist. And I'd bring out the guillotine if I could.
Believe it or not, I do respect where you're coming from. But I can't agree with you. I don't think any of us can.
Because you're weak in the end. You may have beaten me. You may have killed Crimson. That doesn't make you strong. As long as you fight for the side you fight for, you're weak. You let yourselves be led by people like them, she says, and looks towards August first, and then Jonas second, and then third to the Baroness. And the only reason that they have for giving commands is that they were born to it. I would rather die free and on my feet. Hell, I'd die free and on my knees with a blade over my neck if that's what it takes. But at least I'll be free.
Jonas definitely looks very uncomfortable at this point in time. He's gone quiet.
How is it you talk to a baroness? I've forgotten.
Well, you address her as my lady, if that's what you mean.
Alright. Zenny looks over at her. A lady? Is there anywhere I can put Cecil down?
Yes, please.
Bed somewhere?
Yes, absolutely. Please come with me. She takes
She
you to.
follows her.
Yeah, she goes. To the private quarters of her own, and basically there's a very comfortable looking recliner in there that she gestures for you to put Cecil down on, and then she brings over some blankets and a pillow.
He does so.
Yeah, I'll stay with her here for a while if you want. She doesn't need to listen to the hatred out there, and I don't think my being there is helpful in any way.
Will you be alright, Cecil?
I don't know when I'll ever be alright again.
Is there someone you want me to call for you?
Let the others know that I'm alive.
I will.
They laughed when they stuck me on that hook. They told me I'd be tasty.
They have no regard for other people's lives.
None at all. How can they be so evil? I'd never done anything to hurt them. I'm not a warrior.
No. They're doing it for their self-imposed cause. As you heard, he's completely insane.
She's terrifying.
I'll let the others know.
Thanks.
You want Radigan to come see you? He's just outside.
Yeah, please.
He goes over and opens the door. Is he still standing there?
Radigan is nearby. He's right there, nearby.
Radigan?
Yes?
Wanna see her?
Yes, please.
She's asking for you.
Yeah, he comes over.
He opens the door and just lets him go in and closes.
Yeah.
Then he calls Sarah.
Yes. You get through to her.
Hey, found her.
Oh, thank goodness. Is she alright?
She is pretty badly mangled. Crimson and Alice had her.
Oh, God. Is she going to be okay?
Physically, she's going to be just fine. I luckily learned how to heal, but she could probably use friends.
Where are you now? I'm on my way.
Summer Court. If you pass a very angry duchess, we're to the left or something.
Okay. She hangs up.
Alright. And then he calls Reinhardt so he, doesn't have to worry more about Cecil, at least at the moment.
Yeah. Well, you get pretty much the same result that he wants to come and see her, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motley should stick together.
Yes. And then he goes back to the others.
Yep.
Out of character, are there any more questions anyone wants to ask Bloody Alice?
Nope. For his own and others' sake, Sonny's not gonna ask her anything.
Right.
Are there anything we need answers to, Chris? You're the note taker.
That is a good question. The only thing we can ask her, but I'm not sure she's going to know about it. But we can ask her. Several of Reinhardt's motley have been put under their own guesses with different triggers. Do you know what they are?
No, I don't know what the triggers are, but I know they have been.
All of them?
All of them.
We need to keep an eye on them all. Sonny, did you invite them all here, yes?
Yeah, they're on the way to see her.
Good. We can check on them all while they're in one place. Right, I'd have to go back through all my notes and look through them to see if there's anything I've missed.
Oh, God, the Duchess is pissed and she's supposed to meet a werewolf today.
Yeah,
That was just out of character. I just realized we have a meeting with a werewolf in a moment. Oh, great, she's gonna see the Duchess while she's pissed. I hope she gets to cool down first.
Yes. Although it is by the law of the various World of Darkness games physically impossible, I'd like the idea of a fae somehow being more angry at one moment than a werewolf. Because let's face it, nothing is angrier in the World of Darkness than a werewolf.
No.
Very true.
So,
Jonas looks at her and asks, anyone else beside them under gears?
Oh, yes.
Who?
Yeah, wouldn't you like to know?
I'll leave it at a please.
Sorry, I didn't hear that one.
I'll leave it at a please.
Oh, that's so adorable. The day I'm going to voluntarily give up information to one of your kind, you can kill me yourself.
Would you be happier if I left then?
I'd always be happier if there were no she around.
Jonas looks to Shasma and says, I believe my presence might be hindering this interrogation. I'll be right over here. Call me if you need me.
sure. You better go as well, August.
Yeah, he's a real idiot, that one. You from your house, and you're still not with Baron Steele? I think he might even give you a chance. I think you might be the first she that he didn't want to see dead.
Well, there's other ways of ripping up the system than what you're doing. There's always has to be a leader. Why not give it to the ones who are actually trained to do it?
Yeah.
Anarchy is for no one. Anarchy is just for until the next leader comes. That's the way it always will be.
It will be glorious while it lasts.
All 2 seconds of it. You're stupid.
Is that August gone then?
Yeah. I have
All right,
things to do.
All right. You wouldn't tell them. Would you tell me?
Who else is under a geas?
Yes.
The Duke.
Interesting.
You will never find out what it is. And he would never believe it.
Sunny mutters below his breath.
Anyone else?
I think I'll let you figure the rest out for yourselves.
How considerate.
Why would I make things easy on you? You're my enemies.
True. Besides, by your twisted logic, it's a chance for us to maybe prove our strength, maybe? Although I suppose you'll never see us that way as long as we're here.
She looks at each of you in turn, you know, at Charlie and at Agnes and as well, and it's like, why do you do this to yourselves?
Sunny is currently just looking thoughtful after the last thing she said.
Why do we serve the courts, you mean?
Why do you bow and scrape before these things? What have they ever done to deserve your allegiance?
I don't think it's about deserving it.
Oh, so they just have it?
I agree it's not perfect. It's not ideal, and there is a lot of things that they should, by all rights, be held accountable for. But as silly as the system we have here is, and as difficult as it can always be.
If you want the truth, you look for it in the dreaming. But be prepared for what you're going to find.
We've already seen a glimpse of it.
Well, a glimpse isn't the whole truth, is it?
No, but it's a start.
I don't know what you've seen for obvious reasons. But believe me, you won't believe it until you've been there and seen it for yourself.
And well, to answer your question, when all of us first changed, people here and at the Winter Court actually helped. And as far as I remember, what your kind tried to do was, attack us.
We were trying to find you and bring you to where you would have gotten help. They told you that we would have attacked you, if I'm not mistaken. I will admit, though, we would have attacked those two, she says and gestures with her head towards August and Jonas. Those we would have attacked. The rest of you, not so much. We would have brought you to talk to Baron Steele. He would have shown you the truth.
You speak truth. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so a van full of redcaps brawling out. I'm supposed to believe that they were there to help?
I don't care what you believe. It's not my business.
You speak of truth, and you speak so righteously of your cause. And then I hear you speak of people being in the way, and I understand that you take pleasure in the suffering of people we care about. Where's your righteousness then? What hole do you hide it in?
I don't hide it. I'm a redcap. I enjoy when people are hurting. It's in my nature. I was born from nightmares and suffering.
So, your nature is a perfectly good excuse. She's nature isn't enough for them. They still need to be held accountable then. Do you hear yourself?
You guys are holding me accountable, are you not? I surrendered, didn't I? If they had an inkling of the honor they say they have, they would do the same thing. Surrender and be judged.
Who decides who is worthy enough to judge anything?
You could ask that of any court system anywhere. Who is ever in the right to be a judge of anyone else? And yet we agree, do we not, as societies, that some people have the right to sit in judgment over others? My whole point is, whoever sits in judgment over me has to earn it, not be born to it.
One day I hope we have a system like that. I really do. But not your way.
Please at least tell me that you're not so foolish that you think that you're one of these idealistic morons who think they can change the system from within.
Me?
Yeah, at least
Hello?
tell me you're not one of them.
I don't know what I am, other than just a young Aishu, travelling and learning and doing what you can against all this insanity that we're finding out about. I don't know what to believe yet, but maybe one day soon I'll discover it, and then somehow I'll let you know wherever we both are.
Well, I have told you to look for it in the dreaming. I can do no more than that, I think.
I doubt you'll take this as the compliment I intended to be, or I doubt you'll see this as what I intended when I say it, but I take no pleasure in your suffering here, though your defeat is a joy.
She just shrugs indifferently.
I'm done, guys. Anything else you want to say?
Not really. You can't get through to this one. At all. She's a little too fanatic.
Aren't we all in our own way? Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I'm very allergic to bullshit.
I was about to say, is it bullshit or is it just the drama that you're allergic to? But so yes, so is it? I assume because we're still basically surrounded by most of the court at this point, aren't we?
Yeah, but most of them they're all keeping their distance. So the conversation is, they catch a snippet here and there when Alice raises her voice or something, but they don't. Nobody else there can really follow what's being said.
Oops. Okay. Yeah. So I think Jasmine will look at the Baroness and
She's not there.
Oh, the Baroness. No, that's right. Who is there? Who is the authority here then?
Felicia's the oldest of us.
That's right, actually. Yeah. Okay. So retcon that slightly. Jasmine will look at Felicia and say, I have nothing else to say to her. Nothing else to ask her.
No. I'll just make sure that she's stored somewhere safe. What do you guys plan on doing now?
We need to check in on Reinhardt and his motley and discuss what Alice revealed about them to them. Possible I should like to speak to the Baroness regarding father and what Alice said about him. And then we have a meeting with the Duchess and contact to oversee.
I think the smartest thing for us to do is to get healed before we do anything else.
That is also a very
good.
good.
Know when this one's friends will show up and try to rescue her.
There's
I'd like not to do that with burn marks all over me.
Yes.
Good point. Also, she says, I think it would be a good idea. I mean, you said you wanted to talk to the Baroness about her father. I think that might not be the smartest move. She's a good and decent kid, but she is still... I mean, she's obviously deeply loyal to her father. So, you know, there's no point...
We might never need it. Once we've sorted this out, there might be a way to find out who actually has the keys and who doesn't. And then remove them.
That would be an idea.
Alright.
At any rate, he takes out a paintbrush and paint. And then he starts drawing a lot of circles on the floor. Because he's using a bunk to do spring again.
Oh, cool. Yep.
He's basically drawing 3 circles around his enemy. This is Alice.
Yep.
And then he's trying to do the bunk, or do the thing.
The healing thing.
The Well of Life, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can do that. That gives you drawing 3 circles around her, and she's obviously, since she is an enemy. It's fortunate for you that she's what's it called, pacified, but that's fine. So you get, you get 2 for this one as well. Actually, you get 3 difficulty reduction.
So 3.
So you get
3 successes.
3 successes, yes.
So this will last for 1 scene, and basically he just goes over and puts a hand on the others, because contact will heal them up.
Yeah, so everybody will be healed up for everything except aggravated damage, where you heal 1, correct?
Yes.
Yes, so you heal 1 aggravated damage and all of your lethal and all of your bashing damage.
Okay.
Sad part is it doesn't work on myself, because I have to touch it and I am it.
Yeah.
I don't actually... So the fire, was the fire that we had, was that aggravated?
That was aggravated.
That's the aggravated, yes.
In that case, I've gone all the way from hurt to bruised.
Yeah, I'm bruised as well, and I went from wounded to bruised, but luckily most of that was lethal damage.
Yeah, luckily.
Okay.
Is anyone else hurt?
I think everyone in the group was hurt.
Yes.
Everyone was turned into a fireball.
Yeah, so everyone had taken at least the aggravated damage, but now you've only taken 1 of those instead of 2.
Yeah.
There we go.
I can live with being bruised. Just.
Yeah. The
Now everyone looks way better than Sonny does.
Needs to...
There we go.
We should see if we could find someone to heal you too, Sonny.
Yeah, I feel a bit singed.
Let me just check. Ganesha can't heal aggravated, can he? Or is that one of his part of the healing read?
he can, but he's kind of used up what he had trying to heal Cecily. So
okay.
he's in need of a recharge before he can do anything.
So yeah, is he down to 1 glamour?
Yeah,
basically?
he's down to 1 glamour.
Remember, it's temporary glamour. You don't remove his permanent.
No, I know. I'm just updating his character sheet myself now.
Exactly.
I think Jasmine is willing to donate a point of her glamour to him to give him a boost.
That makes him a little less, he's obviously, that makes him less flaccid and just lying
Oh,
Yes.
oh, you had to use flaccid.
there. Yes, I did.
I mean, just this weird.
He's been a
image,
splat elephant.
this weird image of bronze bending like rubber.
Yes.
Drunk and drunk.
Okay, well, I mean, that's good. So yes, let's go and see if we can find someone who can help Sunny, and then we can go and see Reinhardt and crew about, breaking the news to them.
Yeah, well, Reinhardt and crew were on their way here, so...
I think as they're waiting, Sunny pokes at his very bad everything. I really need armor.
We all do.
We should. How do we go about actually getting that?
Well, I shouldn't complain. Sizzle had it way worse.
I mean, I see what you mean, but it's not a bad thing to make practical suggestions about if we're going to be fighting again, we will need some form of protection.
I'm not complaining about the armor thing, and I should probably see if I can get my hands on some. I'm just more of the I shouldn't be a wuss about the paint.
We could always ask if we are going to be rewarded. We could always ask for armor.
Also, I may be able to do something.
Yes.
What time of day is it?
It's getting to be... it's not late evening, but it's... this point, it's probably about 8. And... actually, let's say that it turns 8 just as Reinhardt arrives.
I'm thinking in the line of, actually, when we're healed and all of this, taking the nights, actually getting some sleep before we do all of the things we need to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to run around Copenhagen with a bunch of red caps on my heels in the nighttime.
Well,
I can see why.
I would argue that, again, we don't have to go out. We are still here at court, and the court is relatively safe, but we can at least still talk to Reinhardt and co while we're here, then get some rest, then head out.
Yeah.
It just means we need to reschedule our chat between the Duchess and Xenia.
But that gives us a little time for the daddy issue to cool down and all of that.
Hey, is Maya around?
Yes, she is.
Where?
She is hovering by the door to where Sissel is located, and kind of on one hand she really wants to go in and help, and on the other she wants to let Sissel's motley have access to her first.
I think Sunny goes up to her. Hi.
Oh, hi. Oh my god. What happened to her?
Crimson and Alice happened to her. Could you help me?
Sure. What can I do?
Something about the burns like you did last time?
Oh, right. She reaches out and puts her hands on your shoulders.
Silence.
Yeah, she reaches out and puts her hands on your shoulders.
Yep.
And she gives you back... actually, she would have done a bunk first. She would have done, but it wouldn't have been enough to lower it to 5. So you get only 1 health point back, unfortunately.
It still feels a lot better to be hurt than injured.
Oh, God, yes, a lot.
Thank you. That helped a lot.
She looks really upset at all of this, and it's like, I heard a little bit about I heard a few words of what she said, and I was close enough to the doors to hear when the Duke and the Duchess were shouting at each other.
I don't think anyone in the summer court didn't hear their yelling.
No, but I heard what they were yelling about.
Ah. Ooh, what? Curiosity just got up.
she basically told him that he was going to have to own up to what he did. She didn't say what it was, but that was what she said. And he insisted that it was ancient history and that dragging it up now was only going to destroy everything.
That guy, yeah. And don't worry, Reinhard and the others are on their way. They should be here soon.
Yeah, I see Reinhard just walk through the doors.
Oh, he did! The tall sunny waves, so Reinhard can see what direction he's supposed to walk in.
Yeah, he comes over.
She's right in there.
Thank you. I'll go right in. And he does. He just passes, straight in. And Maya looks very upset and is like, it feels like everything is falling apart, doesn't it?
Might feel like that. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna work out in some way.
I hope so. Is there anything else I can do to help you or any of the others?
Well, we're basically just waiting for the rest of her motley to show up. Radigan is already in there.
Yeah. And, there's Sarah.
And sunny waves again.
And Sarah comes right over, smiles on the way in. She doesn't even stop. She just walks right past.
It's at least a good thing he's tall, because then he's a good wayfinder.
Yeah, exactly. He's a good. Yeah, a good marker pole. And takes a few moments after that, and then the Baroness comes out and closes the door, and basically she looks at you and says, "I think we'll give them some time."
Yeah. Do they actually have a dungeon here?
No, not as such. We do have something that works in a similar manner. We have a room where I can remove the door.
That's useful.
It's quite horrible, really.
But useful.
Useful, yes.
I mean, just the fact that you don't have a dungeon means you don't often have someone caught. So that's a plus, I guess.
This is... I feel very ill at ease about all this, she says. I think we need to find out what lies at the heart of all of this.
I think it's something big.
I do too. And I
They're
think...
gearing up for something huge.
And I think it has something to do with my father.
Yep.
And I think we need to find out what that is.
Yep.
He will not tell me if I ask him.
He's that secretive kind of guy, huh?
Good leaders tend to have secrets.
He never talks about what happened during the war. Not ever.
There can be several reasons for that.
Yes, but I think maybe it's time that we find out what it is he doesn't want to talk about.
Yeah.
Are you, my lady, are you prepared to follow through on that? Are you prepared to find what... You might not like what we discover.
She straightens her back and puts on a brave face and says, if I am ever to lead this court one day, I can't only do things that are nice and pleasant, can I?
No.
Leadership is sadly about doing decisions that's not fun all the time.
And this one certainly isn't fun, and I'm pretty sure my father will be furious when he finds out.
But anyway, we'll try to figure it out.
I think, she says, I think you might want to start looking for... Do you know anyone here in Copenhagen? Do you know any Fae here who's old enough to have experienced any part of the war, other than Baron Steele, obviously, and a few other people out there? If you know anyone who's old enough to have seen that, talk to them. See if they know of places where something bad happened. Start searching for these things in the Umbra. Well, not in the Umbra Nights. That was a werewolf thing. In the Dreaming. Start searching for these things in the Dreaming. Start searching for the memories of them.
There's the old kinfolk woman.
That is a good place.
What about Miko?
He's old enough, certainly, yes.
And Miko likes to talk and tell stories, but I think we should definitely have someone else to tell it as well, because as far as I know, he likes to tell stories so they're good, not necessarily true all the way.
Oh, right.
By the way, about kinfolk, wasn't there someone who had an appointment with the werewolf?
Sorry, what?
Did you have an appointment with the werewolf?
Yeah.
When?
I rightly forgot.
I'm just saying, getting 4 hours late for a werewolf meeting might not be the most healthy thing in the world.
There's a point to that.
When did we agree on meeting her?
You didn't set an actual time. She just said, call me when you're ready, but it was supposed to be sometime today.
Oh, maybe we should go to the Winter Court and I should call her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do the whole
Get that part done with.
Yeah.
Slight change of plans. We just have to make sure we don't run into anything that could hurt us, so we can rest up afterwards.
Yes. Can you guys see if you can find a taxi? I'll call her while we wait.
Yep.
Good. And I think we're going to take our second break there.